Hey everybody, it is Kendell Lenice and welcome to my channel. Do me a favor and subscribe below. All right, let's get into it. Short and sweet. Forcing relationships. Everybody can go. Everybody is not meant to get to that finish line with you. We are live, and I don't know if you heard me, so I'm going to say it again. First, this is Kendell Lenice, the Remix Coach. Forcing relationships. Everybody is not going to make it to the finish line with you. Everybody is not meant to stay. Some people are passing through, and you have to understand that. The minute that you understand that, the minute that you will just get it. You know how sometimes the light bulb comes on. Now, relationships are not just romantic relationships, right? They could be friendships. They can be even your own family. Like sometimes say it be your own family. Sometimes that is the case. And I will also say this. Let's talk about romantic relationships first, and then we'll go in quickly. But so many times people try to force romantic relationships. And one of my sayings is from the movie Love Jones. And if you know that movie, Khalil Kane says to Nia Long, "We've had all these years and you don't know blah, 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 blah." And she says, "What we had is all these years and it's just not enough anymore. I'm out," right? But now some may say, okay, well, they make a cute couple. Why are they splitting? And why? Everything has a finish line. You know, some things faster than others, some things slower than others. But what they didn't do is force the relationship. He was trying to force the relationship because they had time invested, right? And she was like, "No, I'm not wasting my life or my time. Forget about the years." Because you see people counting the years when you're on social media. People are like, "Oh my God, they've been together 5 years. Oh my God, they've been together 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Ooh, ooh, ooh." And those are great if they are the relationships that they're supposed to be in, and they're healthy relationships, which I've talked about on this channel before, healthy relationships of all kinds, right? But sometimes people try to force relationships because first we're talking about if you're in a relationship. And then we're going to talk about if you're trying to be in a relationship. And oftentimes people try to force relationships. Sometimes the square ain't squaring and the circling ain't circling. And it's time to move on, right? Especially if the people are not happy. But then you might have one person that's really forcing the relationship and wanting to be in there. Let me just tell you, like I told somebody, you can't force somebody to be in a relationship. You can't force somebody to be with you. You want somebody in a relationship that wants to be there, right? But I see it time and time again where people try to force relationships because they don't want to be alone, or they want to have a complete family or a unit if children are involved, or because they think that he or she is going to change, or they think, oh yeah, we're supposed to be together. All of those things, people try to force them, and they have their reasons. They don't want to be alone. They don't like rejection, whatever it is. They want to force the relationship, and you can't force a relationship. Who wants to be in a relationship where it's forced? Or if somebody doesn't want to be with you, like, they're going to be with me, I'm going to be with them. Like, come on now, get it together. And then you have people who are dating, right? And who want to force everybody to be their woman or their man. Everybody they meet, that's their woman, that's their man. They're trying to force a relationship. I see it all the time. It's like, yo, you just met him. Oh, you just met her. How are you trying to force it already? Allow things to breathe. As D Nice says, let it breathe, right? But people try to force a relationship because they may be getting older and they want to have children, or they don't like being alone. Hence, I said that before. They don't like to be alone, or they think that they can change somebody or make someone into who they want them to be because they don't have time to waste. Oh, well, she's good enough or he's good enough, so we're going to force this thing, right? But you cannot force it. It's like forcing a square into a circle. It's not going to happen. And if they do fit that square into a circle, then it's going to be uncomfortable and the lid is not going to close on that thing because it's not meant to be there, right? And then you have people who force friendships. You meet somebody and y'all ain't vibing. Don't try to force it. Someone calling someone every week. What you doing this week? You want to go somewhere? You want to do something? Yeah, every week he or she is telling you no, but you trying to force that friendship, force that relationship, and they ain't rocking with you. And low key, you ain't rocking with them either. You just bored in the house, bored, or you've been watching Waiting to Exhale or another movie, and you like, dang, I need some friends. Let me force this relationship. A real relationship or friendship doesn't need to be forced. It's going to happen organically. And those are the kind of relationships you want. It's so many people, I just see it over and over again, trying to force themselves on people. I'm going to tell you like this. If somebody doesn't see the beauty in you, why are you forcing it? Why are you forcing yourself on people? Or why are you not allowing people to make their own decisions if they don't want to rock with you? Maya Angelou said, if people walk out of your life, let them. And y'all still trying to hold on by any means necessary, Malcolm X. Y'all trying to do that. And it's not, let me see what somebody put a comment. It's not cool. Let's see what's in this comment. Love your content. Everything. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. But so many people are trying to force relationships. And when you're on the outside looking in, it's sad. But when you're in the relationships, it's sad too. Because let me tell you something. If somebody told me they didn't want to be with me, I may ask why. I may say what happens, but I'm not going to force it if somebody is clear that they don't want to be with me. If they leave or if I leave or whatever it is, I'm not going to force the relationship. If I have a friend and I'm the one that keeps reaching out over and over and over again, and they don't never call me, I see them on social media having their best life, and I'm like, dang, they ain't invite me. I'm not going to keep forcing it. I'm not going to be like, I want to be your friend. Why can't? Because who's your tribe is who your tribe is. Who you're supposed to be around is who you're supposed to be around. Now, I'm not saying don't make an effort to be in a relationship or to stay in that relationship or, ask what's up if you're dating somebody or in a friendship, like, hey, you like yoga? You like to do this? Like maybe we can, I get it. And especially after the pandemic, a lot of people feel alone and they still do. And a lot of people are alone. And a lot of people realize they don't like to be alone because they've been in the house during the pandemic. And people just want a connection to people. But when you force yourself on someone, you look desperate, you look lonely, and sometimes it's a bigger issue than that. We can joke and we can play and say, don't do it. And, but a lot of times it's bigger than that. Some people are fear of rejection, some people abandonment issues, some people, are afraid to be alone or live alone or go to dinner alone or vacation alone or whatever it is. A lot of people don't want to be by themselves. So instead of doing that and having the pain of that, they're going to force themselves on people and force relationships. And sometimes when you force a relationship, you're hurting yourself more than you probably know. Because now you don't see your worth. Now you don't see the people in front of you that may be right for you, whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship. And it happens in families too. You know how sometimes families click up. Like you got these cousins over here, these aunties over here, these great aunts over here. And sometimes, and then you got the younger ones. Some families are like that where they're very cliquish. And somebody might want to be a part of it. Like they're having family functions and you're the only one that they leave out. And you're trying to, I'll make my potato salad. Let me make my fried fish. Let me come over. They like, no, we good. We just getting together, a couple of times, and you're trying to force yourself on that. You can't even force yourself on family. Truth be told, don't force relationships. You want relationships to be organic. You want someone to want to be with you or want to be friends with you or want to spend time with you on their own. You don't want to have to tap dance and be, they call those pick-me's. And pick-me's are like, pick me, me. I want you to do this and do that. Because whoever you're supposed to be around, whether it's dating, in a relationship, or family, or friendship, you're going to find your tribe. You're going to find people who want to spend time with you. Now, I do classes. I haven't done them since the pandemic, but workshops on online dating. And people are online dating, obviously, because they don't want to be by themselves. They want a companion. And the older you get, and I won't even say the older you get, because most people want companionship. They may not want a relationship or committed relationship or sexual relationship, but most people want companionship. And I see a lot of people in the dating scene try to be what they think people want, whether they're doing their hair like that, whether they're talking about what they're talking about, whether they're scared to say certain things, or they don't want to rock the boat because they don't want someone not to pick them. So they create this facade for people to want to be with them, and they kind of force their way into someone's life. And I just want to tell you, you're worth more than that, sincerely. You don't need to be forcing your likes on anyone. So when you're talking about life and the people around you, everybody ain't meant to go. Everybody ain't meant to stay. Hey, everybody ain't meant to get to that finish line with you. And when people come into your life, it is truly like for a season or a lifetime, right? Or a reason. As a Yanla used to say, a reason, season, or a lifetime. But it's true. And it's up to you to kind of discern what those people are here for. No matter who comes into your life, you're able to learn from those people and lessons from the events that happen with that. And I want everybody to feel like, I'm the prize, right? Whether you're a man watching or a woman watching, you're the prize. And the people that are supposed to be around you will be around you. You don't have to force yourself on anybody. But I'll tell you this, if you're in a relationship and somebody say they don't want to be with you, y'all need to listen. Don't be with them. You can't force somebody to love you. You can't force somebody to be with you. Friendships, you can't force somebody to invite you. No place. If they want to spend time with you, everybody got a cell phone. Hit you up. Let's do this, let's do that. And with family, sometimes it be your own family. You finding out they having family reunions and they ain't even inviting you. And you trying to force your way into it by cha-cha sliding right into that reunion. And they looking at you because they didn't invite you for a reason, because you always starting stuff. I'm just saying. But on a serious note, you can't force relationships. And if you feel like you need to force relationships because you are alone and you don't want to be alone, I encourage you to dig deeper to find out what that is about. As a life coach, I talk to people all the time. When people feel like, time is ticking, and if they can be or transform into who they think the people should want or be, then they do that just so they're not alone. But it's okay to be alone. So when you're alone and that friend didn't invite you to the cookout, or that dating on the dating apps and you ain't finding nobody, don't force and be like, I'm just going to go out to eat, or I'm just going to take her out and do this, because you don't want to be alone. Be alone. Spend time with yourself to get to know yourself and to better yourself. And then hopefully you realize that you ain't got to force nobody. You pretty dope. You all right. You amazing. And that's how you really have to look at it. So nothing scripted. That was in my heart. So I wanted to give that to you today. I hope everyone has an amazing day, evening, or night whenever you're watching this. But no matter where you're watching this, if you're watching this on Facebook, go on over to YouTube and do me a favor and subscribe. I am building and I'm trying to get up to 1,000. And after 1,000, I can do so many different things, y'all. If I just get to 1,000, the minimum. So I'm marching there. So if you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, tell them to subscribe to my channel. And if you're watching already on YouTube and you've already subscribed, thank you so much. Your support means the world to me. You remember you are a star, so don't allow anyone to dim your shine. And stop forcing yourself on people. You got to let people see how brilliant and beautiful and handsome and amazing you are by just seeing that. You don't have to tap dance for nobody. You don't have to make people want to be with you or want to be around you. Just by being who you are, it's a privilege to be around you. See, I'm learning to embrace my singleness now that I am an empty nester. Tania, good job. Good job. And you should. It's not easy being an empty nester. It's not easy being alone and being by yourself. And a lot of people struggle with that when they're single. A lot of people struggle, because they're used to having people around, whether it's an ex or whether it's your children, and you're never in that space alone. So it is lonely. I remember my daughter's back now, but when she went to college, both of them on separate occasions, it was a weird feeling. And I even when my youngest daughter went to college, I remember I came back and that was the baby, and I walked past her room and I just started crying in the kitchen. My oldest daughter was like, "Are you in here crying in the kitchen?" I am. And at that point, I was like, I'm going to write a book about empty nesters. And I put it on hold. I put a thumb tack in there because I'm working on other projects, but I know it's hard. But I love the fact that you're owning it and saying you're learning to embrace your singleness. And it may not always be easy, but start dating yourself, because when you're out there dating, if you're not whining and dining you, if you're not going to get massages, if you're not taking yourself out to the finest restaurants and doing the things you want, then you can't expect when somebody comes into your life to do that. If you ain't treating yourself like you're worthy and you're worth it, then don't get mad if somebody come over and want to take you to McDonald's. And you'd be like, McDonald's? Nothing's wrong with McDonald's, a filet of fish, some fries, a little smoothie. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if your standards are high for you, then somebody's standards will be high for you. You get what I'm saying? They got to see that you're taking care of yourself and that you're not with somebody to take care of you, but you don't want somebody to treat you less than you treat you, right? So you got to really think about that. But yeah, I'm always here. If you got any questions or concerns, if you want me to, talk about this some more for the singles, let me know. I will definitely do that. And Dwayne, I appreciate you for watching live also. So whoever's watching live or the playback, I love y'all. I want to make everyone, or assist, because I can't make you, assist everyone in living the best life possible and really having the tools to do that. And as a life coach, that's what I provide, sometimes in a humorous way, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really, really do. Sometimes my approach is in a humorous way because that's just me, but it's always wanting to see you win and see you be the best person you can be. And my saying that I coined is, it's never too late to remix your life at any stage, age, or phase. And I truly believe that. So anytime that you want to change and be better or do better, or even if you just keep fumbling, right? And you feel like you're not doing the best that you can do, or you're not handling situations the best that you can handle them. It's okay if you fall down. Just get back up and be like, you know what? I was wilding yesterday or today. Let me get back on track. And that happens too when we talk about forcing relationships. I notice when people are getting older or they feel like they're getting to these pinnacle ages, whether it's 30, 40, 50, 60, or anything in between, they feel like they have to be something else or they have to force relationships, because I hear it often. I don't want to die alone. You won't die alone. It's not about forcing relationships, because I'm sure somebody will want to have an organic, authentic relationship and not force anything, right? And you don't have to be that. But a lot of people, feel like that. But that's not the case. And you're going to find somebody too, girl. You are. You are. You're going to find them when you going to trip over them. When you ain't even looking, then you're going to trip over, like, where you come from? And don't be always available. Like sometimes you could say no. I'm dating me today. Like if you say, for instance, forcing a relationship, if you had plans, right? Let's just say, let's talk. So if you had plans and your plan was to take yourself out to eat, maybe go see a movie, go walk by the water, then that person calls. You totally forget all about you and you go do or meet that person and do what they want to do. Mm-mm. No, I already have plans today. Can we do this again later? That's really how you have to, because you have to put yourself first. And sometimes people will be a pick me and drop everything they're doing just to be with the person to try to see if it's going to work or not. But if that person is interested, they might be there tomorrow. They might be busy tomorrow. They'll be there the next day, but they ain't going nowhere. And you ain't got to force them to pick you. All right, y'all. Remember, you are a star, so don't allow anyone to dim your shine. I hope this video helped. Until next time, God bless, peace. And if you know somebody that needs to hear this, some straight talk, I ain't looking at no script. I'm just talking from my heart before I go jump in the shower and try to decide what movie I'm watching, because I like spending time with me. If I don't like it and if I don't love spending time with me, then I can't expect anybody. I'll be insecure if I'm spending time with somebody and they like, but I like spending time with me because I can watch the movie that I want to watch. I could look how I want to look, and I could be happy as I don't know what. I'm going to make me some hot tea. I'm going to go sit down somewhere, and I'm going to spend time with me. And I suggest you do the same. Until next time. Bye, y'all. I'm leaving for real now. Talk to y'all later. I ain't even hit the thing. I'm thinking about my tea. Bye, y'all. I didn't even use my mic.